Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Call hello, Yahweh, Shimmy, Shab, Shimmy, Of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, who well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth across four corners of this earth. All right, while time permits us to do so. But in the meanwhile, we're going to try to wake up as many of the hopefully elect as we can. All right, this is Namal, the DC Camp branch of Great Millstone, back for another video. And hey, got to go in on these women. Just hey, for some reason you think that you can do everything a man can do. So now what we have, as you can see, well, you women, you so misguided and rebellious. But see, that's the thing. You fail to understand, and it's, hold on. Hey, Shalom back, Salakia. But yeah, you women are rebellious. You think because of all the shit that our enemy has filled your head with, and our enemy, of course, is the so-called white man, who biblically is the nation of Edom. All right, the descendants of Jacob's brother Esau. All right, he is the progenitor of the so-called white race. They're not white, they are red, hence the name Edom. All right, so here you are going over since, the men got tired of your shenanigans. So you're going to go over there thinking that, well, you can do pretty much the same thing. No. As you see here with the title, Japanese men, Ammonites, our ancient enemies, are using passport sisters for oral stimulation. See, what you fail to accept and realize is that this so-called white man, and I can only speak for American women, has turned you into a whore. And you allowed it. It's Genesis 3rd chapter, all day, every day. You're listening to someone that never had your best interest at heart. Because he is our enemy. He is a devil. He is a liar and deceiver by definition. But no, you want to always go and see if that grass was greener on the other side. And oftentimes when you went to the other side, and Salakia, I'm back. So oftentimes when you went to the side that you thought was greener, and even if you realized that you fucked up, you would still do shit out of spite just to get back at your own men. Because hey, that's, you got that rebellious nature in you. But we're going to go ahead and roll this video off. Talked enough. And let's see what's going on here.
There are millions of people who have prayed to God for someone and they died alone. Like, people have been telling me for years, oh, God has someone for you. I'm 42. There's no one. I don't believe God has anyone for me.
Right off the bat, she has that, it's always someone else's mentality. No introspection. No looking at yourself to see, well, is it something wrong with it? Is it something I'm doing? No. Can't be. Because I'm the mighty black woman. The white man has told me that I'm perfect. That type of mentality.
God had someone for you. I mean, he probably wasn't a 6-foot-tall Forbes CEO who plays in the NBA on weekends like the media says you deserve. Plus, when did God go from parting phase to being modern women's personal matchmaker?
And that's fine. Like, At least I don't have to like.
See, that's the problem with Jake. You have this because of this bullshit plantation Christianity philosophy that you treat the Most High like the genie in the bottle. In case of emergency, rub 3 times. It don't work like that.
Worry about someone cheating on me or like mistreating me. I don't trust men because I see how they are behind doors when their partners are not with them. Also, there's like a pressure for sex in this society, and you're not even married, and that goes against the laws of God, right? So,
all right, back again.
I don't believe that God has anyone for me, and I'm just being real.
Just let women talk and the truth will come out. Now, how many of you would be excited to be the low sex drive, man-hating woman with a voice that sounds like verbal candy?
Over 20 million fans have made Trans-Siberian Orchestra their holiday tradition.
With a voice that sounds like verbal candy.
Just being real. But that video was about how men get jealous if women are more successful than them, and I didn't catch on to that till later. Like, I wasn't trying to like up anyone. I'm very like motivated and trying to achieve things in my life, and
trust me when I say this. It's only that way because the person or people that rule over us have allowed that to be so. Anything to mess up the natural order of things, this is what this devil is good at because he has studied us. He knows who we really are. All right? And that's just not going to work. There's a hierarchy. 1 Corinthians 11, start at 1, the point is in 3. All right? And since you want to buck that order, again, this is the curses that were put on us, Deuteronomy 28th chapter. All right? This is part of that madness in verse 28. It's also verse 54. Your eye should be evil toward your husband and vice versa. And 56. All right? And even the children. We are fucked up. All right? But the scriptures talk about this. And you have people, although, this is the way the Most High has set it up. You go into these churches, and you have to know that these churches are set up. This is, like I said, when I refer to it as plantation Christianity, it's just that. It's designed to keep you fat, dumb, and stupid, not realizing who you really are. Everybody else can be the Israelites but you, and you never found anything weird about that. Off. All right? And that's why he has done one hell of a thing. He is talking about the so-called white man. He is the instrument of the Most High's anger toward us. Psalms 17 and 13. He is the sword. He's a tool. That's all he is. And he's going down. And, this is what we try to convey or tell our people. But you're not listening. You want to listen to everybody else. Again, this is the Most High's doing. It's a weeding out process. Zechariah 13 and 8. Someone has to play the part of the 2/3. I hope I'm not in that number. That's not the number I want to be in. All right. Like I said, everybody repeat the saying, Most High works in mysterious ways. Well, this is, you're seeing some of these mysterious ways right before your eyes. You're just not realizing it. But again, you have people out there on the highways and byways, as they were instructed to do, in the, out there on the corners, where they were, again, instructed to be, where everybody comes through, not just the hood. Them motherfuckers in the hood are where they're supposed to be. All right, most of them are in your churches where they're not learning a damn thing. All right. It tells us to go out the agora, where business is conducted in the highways and byways, where you got a cross section of everybody. Because we were scattered abroad, the message has to get to those that don't even know. That's the purpose of Paul when he went on his journeys. All right, for those that were not born in Jerusalem, all right, or nearabouts, these people didn't even know because of the time that had passed, and they had adopted other customs that they were actually Israelites. That's the whole point of that. He didn't go to the heathen, actually the heathen nations as non-Israelites. No, he went to sort out those that were mingled amongst those heathen nations. That was the whole point. And that's what we're doing. All right, so let's go back to the video.
When they see what I have sometimes, or how I think, they feel like I'm a nerd, whatever. And I just can't keep up, like, sexually with these guys. I'm very asexual too. I feel like there's a lot of pressure for women in society to sleep with men who are not.
Well, that implies that you're a hermaphrodite. I don't think so.
Even their man.
I am a 42-year-old woman, probably on the verge of fighting in the Menopausian wars. I desperately want a man, but I have no sex drive to entertain him with. Plus, I have nothing other than 4-decade-old rented tampon to offer him. So I will use my trump card and blame society and men for having the audacity to want a healthy, intimate relationship. Because really, who wouldn't dream of coming home to a low libido, couch potato queen who subsits on snacks and binge watches the Oxygen Channel? Truly, I'm a catch of mythical proportions.
So, yeah, like, it would be nice. It was much better dating in Japan, but my expectations are low in America. I don't know. I just feel like stupid asking God for help anymore with finding someone.
See, you women are realizing that, and this is, oh crap, Salakia for that. The gig is up. Men, by and large, you still got a lot of simps out there, don't get me wrong, are hip to the game that you're playing. All right, and they're sick of this. The laws are tilted in your favor, have been for the longest. And men are just tired. They're fed up. Yeah, they're going elsewhere. As the saying goes, go where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. And you so-called black women, you so-called black women, and you Israelite women, period. Because for some reason, and we know what it is, everybody wants to follow the so-called black woman. Right off the fucking cliff. All right? And that's what's happening. And you wonder why scriptures like Isaiah 4:1, Isaiah 32 verses 9 on down, because you're too complacent. You've fell for all the hype. This man has filled your head all full of, wow. I mean, you're really out there. You don't realize it. But you will, because that time is coming up here. All right. With all that's going on, a lot of you, unfortunately, don't see. But there's reasons, like I said, Isaiah 4:1. Let's get that real quick. In fact, you know what? No, I'm going to do this first. Let's get it in the regular King James. It says, and in that day, in fact, you know what? Let's go to 3, because you women are proud. That's the origins of your, you're proud and you're rebellious. This is Judah's women denounced. You Israelite woman, starting with so-called black woman, the Judite woman, and all those that come. Moreover, the Most High Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, What does haughty mean? Proud. And you are. And walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Most High Yahweh will discover the secret parts. This is why the Ammonites, well, let's say Moabites. I said Ammonites, but Moabites. The hair industry, they make billions off of you so-called black women because of this verse right here. You don't make the connection. Because of your haughty, because of your pride, all right? It says 17, therefore the Most High will smite thee with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. You have issues with growing your own hair. That's a curse put on you. All right? In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their cauls and their round tires like the moon. This is curse. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils, meaning once where you were so delicate that your own men didn't want your feet to touch the ground. But now, you know, you're more masculine than most truck drivers. That's not by accident. That's a curse. The glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, you used to bathe in oils, scented oils, you know, and instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. Used to be fine. Now it's boom, 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 boom. You know, hey, Kool-Aid, you know, that kind of shit. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth. And burning instead of beauty. Yeah. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Here's where we come to the setup to this. 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, because it's going to get so bad out here, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach, to take away our shame. Because as it used to be in the old days, in the ancient days, it was a shame for a woman to be unmarried. It was a shame for them to be with child and not be married. Which brings up something else. You have no shame, and you don't see anything wrong with that. That's the problem. And again, the enemy has done such a good job with you, with all of us. But this is the point of repentance and coming back to this word. This is the healing thing. All right? These scriptures are our comforter. That's the whole point. All right. Let's go to, let's get this in the NLT. It says, in that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. So all that, I don't need no man. Once this shit kicks off, you can just start 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, etc., 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 saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. That's how rough it's going to get out here. But see, you're rebellious. So let's go. Now, a lot of you don't see anything wrong with that. Let's go to, I think I got it already put up now. Let's see, Deuteronomy. Let's see, hold on. Yeah. $31. All right, for I know thy rebellion and thy stiff neck, pride. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, and this is Moses speaking now, ye have been rebellious against the Most High Yahweh, and how much more after my death. So, since we were rebellious against the Most High, guess what he did? Let's go to, remember, I told you there was a hierarchy, right? Let's get that real quick. Let's start at the top, because this is Paul, right? He says, be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach Yahushua. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances, the laws, as I delivered them unto you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach Yahushua, the son. And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Hamashiach Yahushua is the Most High Yahweh. So, two things. One, it's telling you you're talking about two different entities. They're not all one. You got Yahweh, the Most High, is the head of Yahushua, which is the Son. All right? And the man is over the woman. Why don't you read this in your choices? Because something that you fail to realize all this time is that that's of an agenda. They are taught, these people that go to these schools, these seminaries, these these colleges, that theology and all this, arrogant fucks that they are. They control the narrative even there. All right. The Christianity that you are taught is not in these scriptures. That's someone else's spin on it. That someone else is our enemy. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. They run this world. It was given unto them. 2 Thessalonians 2, and let's see, is it 4? He's doing this because he has been allowed to do so. All right, about him, oh crap, did it again. About him being let. Let's try 4. It's 5. It's 7. Let's start at 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed. Who is that? You're looking at them every day. The people that are pretending to be us, the Israelites, they are Israelis, meaning they're just occupiers of the land. You'll never hear them refer to themselves as Israelites, because they're not. They've run a scam on the world. Hell, Revelation 20th chapter. All right. That's what he was let loose to do, circa mid to late 1300s on. And when they finally got in that position with Columbus and all that, we're 530, 2 years now, dealing with this shit, that little season. That's what it's talking about. Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High. Trust in our science, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in that temple of the Most High, shewing himself that he is the Most High. Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things. And now ye know that withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. And he's being revealed. All right, Habakkuk 2nd chapter. All this is coming to pass now. And now ye know that withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So he's being permitted to do what he does best, and that's be the wicked. I called him personally Bam Bam from the Flintstones, because all Bam Bam did was destroy shit. All right, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. That means through his prophets. That's what we're doing. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 10, because we're exposing all the lies and bullshit, as someone used to say. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. It's not physical in any way, but mighty through Yahweh Shem Yahushua to the pulling down of strongholds. What's those strongholds? 5, casting down imaginations and lies and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and bringeth into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. Remember, he speaks about the simplicity that is within. All right? It really is. But it's still a fight. Everybody wants to talk about Trump, what he did on that, fight. This is a fight. Fight. All right? It's a fight. The most important fight. All right? So now let's go back and see what else we got here.
Finding someone, and I really don't think like God has someone for everyone, because there's tons of people who die without a partner, and I'm 42 and I don't want to have children, so I really don't have my hopes up about that. And it's kind of like centering men if I keep like praying for a man, you know.
See, what you'll notice is that she will never ask herself what she could.
Our baby was born with a congenital heart defect. Beckett essentially had half a heart. My family is living proof that hospitals and caregivers perform miracles. The life-saving care we received from our surgeon and nurses was exceptional.
Could offer a man, or what she could have improved on to make herself more valuable. Behold the entitlement of a Western woman in all its splendor. No libido, no womb, no personality, but she feels she's entitled to a man. A good one at that. Blast.
But thank you for the prayers, Mike. I would appreciate it. But my biggest concern is me, and also like putting my safety first, because when women care too much about men and also trying to make them happy, you put your life in danger. And I'm not trying to get abused or anything by some man. Like, I'll be happy at home with my cats watching Netflix.
I don't need no man.
I don't need no man.
Dating in Japan is crazy because you have Japanese men who will say and do things to you as a foreign woman that you know they 100% would never even consider doing to a Japanese woman.
Oh, yes. You know what time it is. We gotta check in with those high-value passport sisters, because we all know men from other countries love high body count, high body weight out females.
Isn't anything new. There's a lot of foreign women like
They're gonna treat you like what you are, a whore.
myself who experienced this with dating Japanese men. Now, obviously, it's not all Japanese men, but there are some.
And I'm just gonna say this because I know a lot of you probably thought about that. This is the fucked up part right there. You go over there to be used and abused, and the first thing out of your mouth when you're with a Jake, no, I don't do that sort of thing. I'm not that type of. Get the fuck out of here. Good for you. That's what I say.
Japanese guys out there who just don't take foreign women seriously. Still go on a few dates with you, probably with the hopes of sleeping with you. They'll maybe date you for a little bit, but as far as like serious talk, like marriage and having kids, bringing you home to their families, a lot of them won't even consider doing that. But you best believe when it comes to asking foreign women to have sex and things like that, like I've straight up had Japanese men send me messages, not with even a hello, how are you, my name is, just straight up asking me if I want to give them a blowjob.
Imagine flying all the way out to Japan and men still own.
But that's what you set yourself up for. They watch these programs that these so-called white people put your. They've been doing that for decades. Going over, around the world, talking about Jake. See, it's not just here that you're, despised. And this devil has made sure of that, this so-called white man. Well, they're lazy and all this shit. And these people come over here, or you go over there, whichever. They looking at you all funny and shit. That's why. There's been incidents. I did a video like maybe a couple of years ago, if that long. There was this Jake, he's over in China going to school somewhere over there. And he had a couple of run-ins with Moabites. And one of them told him, they said, he was like, why are y'all staring at me? And he told him, he said, they're waiting for the sun to go down because the white man told him that you grow a tail when that happens. Yeah. This is very recent. And another one tried to help some guy that was drunk out of his mind and shit, and the guy was like scared out of his mind of Jake. And he was saying, what the fuck did I do? And he told him that, the white man said you were all violent and, all this shit. So, yeah. Wow.
They value you for a temporary dopamine release and a money shot selfie. These Japanese men just want to get some black magic for street cred. This is what happens to victim women who are allergic to introspection. They will continue to be used or ignored by.
And that's why they are so protective of their women. You look, Ishmael, these Arabs, I mean, oh my goodness, all kinds of stories there, all these other, but again, you help, what's that fancy word? You help further along, I think it's perpetuate, you help further along all these stereotypes about you, trying to be the boss bitch and all that shit. This so-called white man has set you up. Oh man. But all I can, Micah 7:10 is there for a reason. All right. Because of that pride. Remember that scripture I read? All right. Daughters of Zion are haughty, they're proud. Isaiah 3rd chapter. Hey, there's a downside to that. Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before a fall.
Society's men, they will continue to receive that warm towel at the end of the night to clean their sullied face after the dirty deed is done. But remember, this is not your fight.
And the reason why a lot of Japanese men view foreign women as like playthings is because for some reason, foreign women in Japan have a reputation of being easy. And by easy, I mean easy to sleep with.
And how, pray tell, would foreign women come to this conclusion? Could it be that this is what Western women advertise? Should you blame Japanese men for having these stereotypes? Or should you blame Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion for extended hot girl summers? What about those viral videos of American women preaching that body counts shouldn't matter? Or what about the sudden infatuation with American women and 304s, aka streetwalkers? Come now, woman, you have no one to blame other than yourself.
Yeah, because what's the difference? At least the streetwalker is honest about it.
The reason why I know that Japanese men talk crazy to foreign women but would never speak that way to Japanese women is because I've asked my Japanese friends, what the fuck's going on with your men? Like, why are they asking me for blowjobs and all this like weird sexual stuff when I've never even met them? And my friends are like, I've never had guys say those things to me or speak to me in that way. So yeah, these are the things that foreign women have to go through when dating in Japan. Of course, it's not all Japanese men that are like that, but a lot of them I've found to be, you know, just thinking that foreign women are easy.
As they should.
Have you subscribed to the message of Lord Destro?
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blast, flash, 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 flash. And although you will never be worthy of a monarch such as myself, Lord Destro would suggest that.
Yeah, that's it on that. But yeah, you the bad times hadn't really started yet. But we see oh, it's close, so close, so close. And a lot of us are just going to laugh because you had ample opportunity to try to avoid what's coming. And because of pride, and because you're so much of an American, I'm talking about you so-called black women, hey, you Northern Kingdom too, because again, you want to follow behind that stupid-ass black woman. All right. You know, like I said earlier, you don't want to be in that 2/3. But that's it for this video. I hope whoever views this edify. But you women, you in for a very rude awakening. Like I said, you're going to rue the day, meaning bitterly regret all the shit that you've done. All the bridges you've blown the fuck up. Not just burned. Alright. Yeah. Not much more I can say on that. So, until the next video, shalom.